सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। मदेकबन्धुमत्सङ्गीन् मद्गुरो मन्महाधन मन्निस्तारकमद्भाग्यमदानन्दनमस्तुते। वसाधु साधुतादायिन् अतीनीचतारक हानमुञ्च कदाचिन्मां प्रेम्णारित्कण्ठया स्फुरा। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So continuing reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18, Maharaj Parikshit cursed by Brahmana boy. Today we are asked to read from text number 24 till the end of the chapter, I believe. And we will see how far we can continue. Okay? So, text number 24, 25 together. So, which one we should read? Okay, all the verses we can read. Ekada dhanurudyamya vicharan mrigayam vane mrigan anugata santaha क्षोधितस्त्रुवो त्रिषितो भृशं जलाशयमचक्षाणः प्रविवेश तमाश्रमम् ददर्श मुनिमासीनं शान्तं मीलितलोचनम् प्रतिरुद्धेन्द्रियप्राणम् मनोबुद्धिमुपारतम् स्थानत्रयात् परं प्राप्तम् ब्रह्मभूतम् अविक्रमं क्रियम् विप्रकीर्णजटाच्छन्नं रौरवेणाजिनेन च विशुष्य तालुरुदकम् तथा भूतं मया च अलब्ध तृणभूम्यादि असम्प्राप्त्यार्ध्युषु नृतः अपज्ञातमिवात्मानं मन्यमाना चुकोपः. So, we are discussing about Maharaj Parikshit. So, once upon a time, Maharaj Parikshit, ekada dhanuruddamya vicharan mrigayam bane. So, once upon a time, Maharaj Parikshit, while engaged in hunting in the forest with bow and arrows, became extremely fatigued, hungry and thirsty while following the stars. While searching for a reservoir of water, he entered the hermitage of the well-known Samik Rishi and saw the sage sitting silently with closed eyes. So, here it is explained that ekada dhanuruddamya vicharan mrigayam bane. So once upon a time, King Parikshit, he entered the forest for hunting expedition. And he had bow and arrow with him. So this is a common practice with the king. Nowadays, of course, there is no king. Even though there is king is just for the namesake. King is there. Some other people are doing the job. And that also they are not doing it properly. Anyway, so king's duty is to give protection to the citizens. And how he can give protection? So king should be very courageous, mighty person. He should be a great warrior. Not that king will send his ministers to go and fight in the upfront, and he will be sitting in the AC room, and soldiers are dying in the battlefield. That is what is happening nowadays, right? So-called kings of different countries, they are sending their soldiers to the battlefield who are being killed. Not only the soldiers are being killed, many innocent citizens are also being killed. And so-called king, they are enjoying their life. But actually, king is not supposed to be hiding inside the walls of the palace. Rather, king's duty is to go and show his actual valor in the battlefield. He should be fighting up front, like we have seen Bhishma Maharaj, Bhishma, Pitamaha Bhishma, when he was acting as the commander-in-chief for Kaurava Sena, Kaurava army. Bhishmadev was not hiding in the Hastinapur. Let them go and fight. Bhishmadev is a great warrior. He came with his bow and arrow and he stood in front. He is Maharathi. He alone holds the capacity to fight with 10,000 soldiers. 10,000 soldiers. He could alone just fight them. And his followers, they'll be just, Jai Ho, great, all glories, all glories. They will be chanting from behind and they will just following him. And he alone will just push the opposite party. Not only he was expert in the art of military science, fighting, but he was also a great, knowledgeable personality in the Vedic texts. So that is the king. So how can a king fight the battle with such a courage if he has not practiced fighting before? So therefore, king used to go to the forest for hunting. Huh? So, alone, king has to fight with the lion. Huh? Understand? He enters the forest and he has to fight the lion. Lion will challenge him, he will challenge lion. Huh? Why? Either you die or you kill the lion. That's how you should exercise your power and you remain in the fighting spirit, so that when there is attack in the country, you will be not hiding in the palace. Huh? You will be going up front and taking the battle. So therefore, Maharaj Parikshit, once upon a time, he entered the forest with his bow and arrows, and here it is mentioned that Mriga Nanugata Santa. So he was following the animal. Here it is mentioned deer, stags. And sometimes they also go for hunting the stag. Kings are allowed to eat meat. So he was following, and what happened as a result, because he was, following the animal in the forest, stag in the forest, so he became fatigued. Hard labor, result of hard labor, he became fatigued and extremely khuritas trishito vrisham, extremely hungry and thirsty. So he was extremely hungry and thirsty, and it is explained. Vrisham means he could not tolerate it. The king's tolerance of extreme hunger and thirst was one of his shortcomings, because Maharaj Parikshit was not an ordinary king. He was a Rajarshi, king and at the same time Rishi. Means, as I said, like Bhishmadev, he was perfectly knowledgeable with the military science and also codes of the religious principles. That's how we know when he was lying on the bed of arrows, he spoke of the religious principles to Maharaj Yudhishthir, right? So similarly, the kings, actually the leaders we can say in the society, they must be well trained in the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam, so that they themselves will remain pious and they will help others to follow the religious path. So here it is explained that the king, who was a Rajarshi, who failed to tolerate his extreme hunger and thirst, that's a shortcoming. Means a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness, if he is extremely panicking or he is extremely tormented by the hunger and thirst, that is not a good sign. That led to other faults. You will see the faults are being discussed in the next few verses. That means a saint, a devotee who is following Krishna conscious principles, if he has not learned to tolerate his hunger and thirst, anger, that will lead eventually to commit some unpalatable work which may cause extreme danger to him. This is what is happening in the life of Maharaj Parikshit. What happened? Because Khurida Trushita Brisham, extremely he was fatigued. Therefore, Jalasayam Achakshanaha. In the forest sometimes there are water reservoirs. Because this was a shortcoming and he was not able to find any water reservoir. Therefore, while searching for water, pravivesa tam ashramam. Ashramam pravivesa. He entered the hermitage, the ashram of Samik Rishi. Pravivesa, without asking for any permission. Huh? Have you ever tried like that? You go to somebody's house without seeking their permission, without attracting their attention, you just outright just enter into the house? Huh? Can you do that? No, that is not Vedic etiquette. You cannot enter somebody's house without their permission. Prabhu, he was so hungry, thirsty, he had lost control, that he has to take permission from the rishis before entering the ashram. He was a king, okay, he entered. And you see what happened? Tam ashram. And when he entered the ashram, dadarsa munimasinam santam militalojanam. Samik Rishi, he was very silent, very peaceful, means he was fully controlled. And militalojanam means he was in meditation. Here it is explained in the subsequent verse, he was actually in deep meditation, nididhyasanam, deep contemplation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, when king entered, pratiruddhendriya prana mana buddhi rupar ratam. This is the condition of the Samik Rishi. What is happening? He is sitting straight and his eyes were closed, means he was in the meditation. And how it is? It is described, pratiruddhendriya prana mana buddhi uparatam. He had controlled his organs, sense organs, breath, mind, intelligence, and situated in trance, means his senses were not going outward. This is the point. Uparatam, manabuddhi uparatam. Mind is the king of all the senses. When mind is controlled, automatically all the senses will remain like serpent with broken fangs. This is the stage of meditation, samadhi. And what is sthanatraya param praptam? Sthanatraya, wakefulness, dream and consciousness, jagrat, swapna and sushupti. These are the three stages. What is your stage now? Jagrat, swapna or sushupti? Tell me. What is your condition now? Jagrat? You are awakened? Oh, you came today. Okay, she is saying Jagrat. Why did you say Jagrat? Tell me. Looks like we are Jagrat because we are walking, right? Our senses are, yes, awake. Actually, you are in the dream world. Yes, what is happening? You see, this world is a dream. Dream means almost all of us we have the dream experience, right? You see in the dream, you are in the middle of a forest. A lion is chasing you from behind, and you are trying to run away from the lion. Oh, wow, very, very near. Wow, he's going to kill me. And you start screaming. Right? Then your friend is saying, hey, what happened? Hey, why are you screaming? Huh? You woke up. Are you in the forest? No. Is there a lion? No. Everything is gone. So this is the situation, the condition of this world. Every day running behind so many things. This is, I need that, I need, this is how I will be happy. Huh? I don't have to explain. So many things can be said. You understand? These are all dream. You are running after something which does not exist actually. From the materialistic point of view, yes, there are some satisfaction, happiness, temporary. Temporary. Like in the dream, that experience was for a moment, temporary. Right? So, when you come to the stage of awakefulness, you don't consider this dream state is the actual life. So at that time, like this morning sadhu was singing, Jedina grihe bhajana dekhi, grihe te golaka bhai. When I see all my family members are engaged at home in chanting Krishna's name, reading Bhagavatam, honoring Krishna Prasadam, glorifying Krishna's qualities, grihate dekhi, grihate bhajan bhai, then that griha, that house will become like Goloka Vrindavan. Grihate Goloko bhai, house will be transformed into Golok. So that is the stage of awakefulness. So you know whether you are awake or you are in the dream world. I don't have to tell you. Okay? And unconscious. When you are in the deep sleep, you are unconscious. You don't know anything, right? Beyond these three stages, there is a stage called Turiya Sthiti. Means, if from your perspective, yes, we are walking, you are conscious, awakeful, we are sleeping in the dream, and sometimes we are in the deep sleep. Actually, Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. This is the three explanations. Awakefulness condition, and then Swapna Avastha, dreaming state, and Sushupti, deep sleep. When living entities, after pralaya, after devastation, they go and stay in the body of Mahavishnu until the next day Brahma begins, when the creation will start. They will be there in deep sleep, Sushupti. Okay. So, but the Muni, he was beyond these three stages. Neither he was in the body of Mahavishnu, nor he was dreaming, or he was in the wakeful condition. He was, there is a Turiya Sthiti, beyond fourth stage. Okay? What is that stage? That stage is when the sadhaka has realized his Swarupa. What is your Swarupa, Ishan? What is your Swarup? Tell me your Swarup, yes. servant. Good. He knows the philosophy. He's quoted the verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jiver Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. Who are you? I am Krishna's servant. That is your Swarupa. Initially, everybody should understand this. Very simple. Then your real Swarupa in the spiritual world will be revealed to you as you practice your bhakti sadhana. So, by understanding one's Swarupa, when one is engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord, that is called Turiya Avastha. That is the fourth stage. Okay, so he was fully conscious in that way, his Swarupa, and Brahma Bhutam Abhikriyam. Brahma Bhutam Abhikriyam. So in that Brahma Bhuta stage, he was totally peaceful and satisfied. And what was happening? Vipra Kirna Jata Channam Aurora Bena Jinena Cha Visushya Tal Rudakam Tatha Bhutam Ayachata. The sage in meditation was covered by the skin of a stag, and long compressed hair was scattered all over him. The king, whose palate was dry from thirst, asked him for water. And what happened? Alabdha, this is the verse today. Alabdha trina bhumyadi asampraptyarghya sunrita. Sunrita. Alabdha. King came to the kutir of the sadhu, and what he is thinking? Well, he is a Brahmana, I am a king. According to the status of the society, he is higher than me, but still I am king. When I came to his kutir, at least he should respect me. How he should respect? Not that he will give padya, to wash his feet. No, at least start with arghya. When you do deity worship, padyam, arghyam, achamaniyam, madhuparka, punarachamaniyam. So, when somebody, respected personality, visits your home, especially your Guru Maharaj, what you should do? You should wash his feet. Then you should give him some sweet drink. Not that go to the supply store and buy some chemical drinks. What is this? No chemical drink. Prepare at home, homemade drinks. What is that? Some sweet item put like maybe gur or sugar candy, mishri, and then stir it with water, squeeze some lemon, sometimes with pudina, prepare some mint drinks, fresh, sweet drinks. That is called madhuparka. Then again offer him water for achamaniyam. So this is the way to receive the guest. So here, to receive the guest, here it is said that alabdha trina bhumyadi. How a person poor may be, still he has a place to stay, right, at home. If he is so poor, he does not have a sitting mat to give to his guest, at least he should ask him to sit on the floor. First of all, offer a mat, sitting mat. If not, then at least on the floor, when they are sitting on the floor, offer them glass of water, which does not cost anything, right? If nothing is available, you are in a condition where nothing is available, at least share some sweet words, sunrita. Understand? So, So king was thinking, at least he should have exchanged some sweet words with me. Huh? What is this? I am king, I came here. He didn't, bother about me. Abhagyatam mivatmanam. He is thinking, now I am being insulted, I am being neglected. The king considered himself being neglected. Why did you think yourself being neglected? This is an apadharma situation. What is apadharma? You know apadharma? Apadharma means emergency situation. When somebody is in emergency situation, then there are certain rules to follow. What is? If there is genuine emergency, or you can say exception, some temporary exceptional situation if you face, like in this situation, the sage is sitting in meditation, he doesn't have any external consciousness. Okay, now you need water. Already you have entered the house, the hermitage. Why don't you just go find the water? In the ashram there is water also, right? Why you are expecting him to give you water if he didn't greet you? King could have done that. Make sense? So this is a kind of very extreme situation. But when it is not extreme situation, one should not compromise the religious principles. In extreme situation, when it comes to life struggle, death-threatening situation, or to protect one's religion, one can avoid following the general rule of dharma. Okay? So this is an exceptional situation. He need not have to wait for the rishi to come and greet him and give him a glass of water. Okay, you go, take the water on your own. He did not do that. Why? Manyamana abhagyata. Right? The verse says, Manyamana. Abhagyatam ivatmanam manyamana. And Chukrusho became very angry. See, initially I said, actually, Sutta Goswami is saying, by the way, not my words. He said, anyone who has lost the control of his anger, one who cannot control his hunger and thirst, that situation will eventually lead him to perform some undesirable act. Means his krodha will aggravate. So that is what is happening here now. And here, here is a rishi sitting. You are a great person. I need to respect him. He has lost that control. Understand? This is the shortcoming. Therefore, a sadhu is very, very careful in executing all his duties. Whether you are brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha or sannyas, does not matter. Whatever your status of life may be, you need to be following the religious principle. See, this is what happened. This is a great dosha. It's a great fault. That he sees a saint is sitting in meditation. Still became angry? Well, equally Bhagavatam is full of lessons for all of us. One may ask this question, right? The time now? Sean? Only 15 more minutes. Okay. So one may ask this question, that he became so angry. You see what happened. This is the message here for us, lesson for us. When we become prey of our anger, thirst, or hunger. What will happen? The example have been given when somebody is suffering from Sannipata disease. You know Sannipata disease? Any Ayurvedic doctor here? Okay, Sannipata disease is when there is a disorderness of your physique due to the imbalance of the three items, mucus, bile and air in the body. Extreme disorderness. Then it cannot be treated with items which are cooked in ghee. You understand? Ghee is supposed to be Balavardhaka, means ghee is a sign of strength. When you eat food that is cooked in ghee, you will maintain a good health. Now, already he is suffering from Sannipat disease. Then how can he consume some item which are cooked in ghee? It will spoil his health even more. Okay? Therefore, you have to eat different food. So this is what has happened. That he is suffering from these shortcomings. Therefore, this medicine could not work on him. What medicine? Are Baba, sage is here, you are in the sage's ashram, better surrender to him, inquire from him, learn the truth. Huh? You becoming angry? This is what happens. Did you understand? Message is clear? Sadhus? Message clear, right? Okay. So if we don't learn how to practice Krishna consciousness, when there is a time we can learn things from a saintly person, we will neglect. Therefore, to become a true practitioner of sadhana bhakti is very, very important. But in this verse, somebody may question, well, this king, that to Parikshit, he became angry. He became tormented by thirst and hunger. He became so angry, he lost his control. And he couldn't take advantage of the king. Therefore, Sutta Goswami is very, very nicely explaining this pastime. He is saying, Stukopaha. This ha word has a very significant meaning here. Not to find fault with Maharaj Parikshit that, he became angry. No. Here, this word ha means, I'll tell you, ha refers, anger may sometimes be displayed either out of astonishment or as a means of imparting instructions. Sometimes mother is trying to teach the baby. She is angry out of astonishment. Make sense? Mother? Yes, she can relate to it. Yes. See, Bhagavatam is for everybody. Sometimes, why are you doing like this? He is showing anger. Because he says, how come you, my kid, how do you do this? Huh? What is this? Out of astonishment. As a means of imparting instructions. Guru sometimes become upset the disciple. He chastises the disciple. Why? Why are you doing this? While chanting Prabhupada, you have seen, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hey, sit properly. Right? So Guru has that responsibility. Guru does that. But here, for general instruction, this is the instruction that we have been learning in this section, in this episode, that if you have not learned the art of controlling your anger, my dear sir, you will enter into trouble. Even though there are saints living around you, you will not be able to take advantage of their presence. My dear sir, learn this lesson. Instruction. Huh? Not that you find fault with Maharaj Parikshit. And this entire episode is targeted for a higher cause. What is that higher cause? The higher cause is just like Arjuna was put into delusion in the beginning of the battle, Kurukshetra. Why? So that Bhagavad Gita can be spoken for the benefit of the entire humanity. Similarly, Maharaj Parikshit have been put into such a situation so that the sound incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srimad Bhagavatam, can make his appearance for us. This is the kind of message. So we should not try to find fault, but rather read it carefully and learn, take the lessons. Okay, few more minutes are there. Project, one after another translation. Now it is your turn. Read and complete. Okay, text number 29. Start. You start. Huh? Hey, give her mic, yeah? Thank you.
O Brahmanas, the circumstances having distressed him with extreme hunger and thirst, the king directed toward the sage his anger and envy, which he had never before directed toward the Brahmana.
Hey, where are you reading? Text number 29. 29. Okay. 30.
Well leaving, the king, being so insulted, picked up a lifeless snake with his bow and angrily placed it on the shoulder of the sage. Then he returns to his palace.
Upon returning, he began to contemplate and argue within himself whether the sage had actually been in meditation, with senses concentrated and eyes closed, or whether he had just been feigning tricks just to avoid receiving a lower Kshatriya.
The sage had a son who was very powerful. Being a Brahmana's son, while he was playing with inexperienced boys, he heard of his father's distress, which was occasioned by the king. Then and there the boy spoke as follows.
The Brahmana's son Shringi said, "O just look at the sense of the rulers who, like crows and watchdogs at the door, perpetrate sins against their masters, contrary to the principles governing servants."
The descendants of the kingly orders are definitely designated as watchdogs, as they must keep themselves at the door. On what grounds can dogs enter the house and claim to dine with the master on the same plate?
See how the dog should be treated. Watchdog should be staying at where? Bedroom? Door. Now, dog has become so dear to the modern civilization. Dog has occupied the prime place in the house. Huh? Everybody is having dog. Wow. The dog civilization. What is this? Okay.
After the departure of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead and supreme ruler of everyone, this upstart have flourished, our protector being gone. Therefore, I myself shall take up this matter and punish them. Just witness my power.
The son of the Rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of the river Kaushika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words.
The Brahmana's son cursed the king thus: "On the seventh day from today, a snake bird will bite the most wretched one of that dynasty, Maharaj Parikshit, because of his having broken the laws of etiquette by insulting my father."
Thereafter, when the boy returned to the hermitage, he saw a snake on his father's shoulder, and out of his grief, he cried very loudly.
O Brahmanas, the rishi, who was born in the family of Angira Muni, hearing his son crying, gradually opened his eyes and saw the dead snake around his neck.
The father heard from his son that the king had been cursed, although he should never have been condemned, for he was the best amongst all human beings. The rishi did not congratulate his son, but on the contrary began to repent, saying, "Alas, what a great sinful act was performed by my son. He has awarded heavy punishment for an insignificant offense."
Next.
Oh, my boy, your intelligence is immature, and therefore you have no knowledge that the king, who is the best among human beings, is as good as the personality of Godhead. He is never to be placed on an equal footing with common men. The citizens of the state live in prosperity, being protected by his unsurpassable prowess.
My dear boy, the lord who carries the wheel of a chariot is represented by the monarchical regime, and when the regime is abolished, the whole world becomes filled with thieves, who then at once vanquish the unprotected subjects like scattered lambs.
Due to the termination of the monarchical regimes and the plundering of the people's wealth by rogues and thieves, there will be great social disruptions. People will be killed and injured, and animals and women will be stolen. And for all these sins, we shall be responsible.
At that time, the people in general will fall systematically from the path of progressive civilization in respect to the qualitative engagements of the caste and the orders of society and the Vedic injunctions. Thus, they will be more attracted to economic development for sense gratification, and as a result, there will be an unwanted population on the level of dogs and monkeys.
The Emperor Parikshit is a pious king. He is highly celebrated and is a first class devotee of the personality of Godhead. He is a saint amongst royalty, and he has performed many horse sacrifices. When such a king is tired and fatigued, being stricken with hunger and thirst, he does not at all deserve to be cursed.
Then the rishi prayed to the all-pervading personality of Godhead to pardon his immature boy, who had no intelligence and who committed the great sin of cursing a person who was completely free from all sins, who was subordinate and who deserved to be protected.
The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves.
The sage thus regretted the sin committed by his own son. He did not take the insult paid by the king very seriously.
Generally, the transcendentalists, even though engaged by the others in the dualities of the material world, are not distressed, nor do they take pleasure in worldly things, for they are transcendentally engaged.
Yes, so those who are the devotee of the Lord, they are not disturbed by the provocating situations. So, yes, we have completed the section what we are supposed to cover today, and time is also up. If you have any question or comment, we can look into it. Or yes, she has a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for an amazing session today. So I would like to ask, like, it mentions that devotees are in distress even at the adverse conditions, right? So how do we remain calm? Like, even though we know that this is happening for a reason, how do we remain calm? Because sometimes remain calm is like not taking the proper actions. So how should we balance it out so that we're taking the proper actions and also not letting us impact it, so that we are able to do our sadhana properly?
There is a saying, prevention is better than
Cure.
Not that after you are diseased, you search out for medicine. So this is the principle you should follow. That means everybody has to make a plan of their day, of their week, of their month, of their years, of their whole life. I mean to say, if you know you are traveling somewhere, and this time you have to take some food, some prasadam. You will be traveling in the train, in the flight, or you will be walking somewhere, you will be in the office. You know this time. So accordingly you should make your arrangement. Okay? Then, this is the time I need to go to sleep, bed. Why? So that I can wake up for Mangalarti. So to continue with my sadhana practice. If you are haphazard, you don't know how to plan your life, your day, what will happen? You will meet with some unfortunate situations, then you will be succumbed to anger and so many other things. And you will be suffering. So therefore, this is a very practical tool that plan your life, plan your day. Begin your day with planning and you arrange everything accordingly. Then automatically you will be in a position to avoid some unforeseen situations that you have to, first of all, commit some mistake, then you have to rectify it. No. And alongside this, you have to be a good sadhaka. Even if you have planned your day very properly, you cooked your meal, you are carrying with you, you are sitting, everything. But sometimes some strangers may come, they may, try to disturb you. If you have done your sadhana properly, will not lose your temper when you are in the midst of some strangers. So that will give you stability, gurutva, heaviness will come when you are a good sadhaka. So, first thing is you have to become a good sadhaka. Second thing, you plan your life, your day, and follow the schedule. Then you can very easily avoid or navigate the situations.
So Prabhuji, what if it doesn't go according to a plan and we don't know what to do next?
That is why I said you have to be a good sadhaka. I didn't say just plan. Did I say? So you have to have both. Sadhu. Just by planning you can navigate the material world. Material world is very tough, very rough. If you are sadhaka means like today we study something, right? We learn. It's sticking to our heart. Then we want to practice it, apply it. So similarly, you study Shastra, then you try to apply. And it will become your life. Then what happens? In some emergency situation, this practice will help, will protect you. Therefore, आचार प्रचार नामे करहो दुई कार्य. We don't just preach, but you also should practice what you preach. Okay, क्या है तुम्हारा प्रश्न, बोलो.
Hare Krishna, Guru. Thank you so much for today's class. My question is from the point you mentioned about Abad Dharma, that sometimes during temporary exception situations, you can avoid doing dharma. But even today's time also, if Maharaj Parikshit would have done the same thing, he would have committed Vaishnava Aparadh. So how can we avoid Vaishnava?
Apa dharma, not that you have a desire to eat outside meal, and what you are doing, oh Prabhu, you do not know, I am working in the office, I have no other means. This is apa dharma, I can go and buy a pizza from, well, even though they are cooking meat, but they have a vegetarian section in that restaurant. I know, I am buying from the vegetarian section. So you are justifying, because you have a desire to eat that. You are not in life-threatening situation. That is not apa dharma. Compromising for the sake of listening to the mind's interest. That is not apa dharma. In somewhere Prabhupada also mentioned apa dharma, when somebody is struggling for life, at that time they can eat even meat. For the sake of survival and spreading Krishna consciousness. Not that just for survival, then you spread Krishna consciousness. Practice dharma. No, therefore, two things we have to protect dharma and protect life. In the situation when life is threatened, dharma is threatened, then we have to take it seriously. That is apad situation. Then common religious principle may not be applicable in that situation. You have to have your Guru Maharaj, you ask your Guru Maharaj, this is the situation, what should I do? He will tell you, yes, this is how we deal with the situation. Otherwise, you just listen to your mind and you keep on adjusting, then when comes, Prabhu, you do not know, this is apad dharma. Give a stamp. This is apad dharma. आपद धर्म स्टाम्प नहीं चलेगा बाबू. समझा? हरे कृष्ण. ठीक है.
Thank you.
आपद धर्म. Okay. So we have a seminar today, evening, 6:30. Okay. Come if you have time. It's an interesting thing we will discuss.